Hello everyone, Creative Venus here, and look at this beautiful and amazing template. It's highly corporate and it is based on the template that we have created in our previous video that you can watch on our channel. So this is more colorful but more corporate. I hope you will like it. So please subscribe to our channel, join the membership. And if we take a look at the last template that we had created, so here you can see all these content components are arranged in a single row, and when you just navigate through the slides, these all components will slide in automatically because these slides are designed using morph transition, which is really amazing, and you can get that in Office 365 PowerPoint version. And here you can see we have arranged all these components like this, and in each slide we have just moved them, and with the help of morph transition the animation works. So it's as simple as that, and you can quickly learn it. So let's design and learn this colorful template. So the idea is simple. We have to add some title, description, and create those content modules arranged in a single row. So let's first insert this title box, and we will select nice font here. You can go to Google Fonts to download some beautiful fonts there, and place this title on the top left. So now we have to fill some nice color in the title, and for that you can copy the color present on the screen, and then we will insert the straight line here. So it should be aligned, it should be straight. You can use the align option to make sure that it is properly placed. Then let's insert a rectangle here, and you can place it. You can use the options like height and width here to make sure that it is looking good, and then you can fill some nice color. Again, I have mentioned the RGB code on the screen. You can use it. Else you can download this template from the G Drive link. The link is provided in the video description, and from there as well you can see the colors. And let's insert the main title of this presentation report. So as a dummy text we have written quarterly performance report, and let's increase its font size. And now you should focus on its placement. It should align with the business report, the text on the top, and it is looking nice here. And again, insert a text box, and let's write the volume number of the report. So you can use this as a subheading, and you can mention anything about the report you want here, and increase its character spacing so that it looks good, and place it below the main heading. Again, duplicate it because we want to reuse this text box again and this theme. And here I have mentioned the important message here, that is, please subscribe and join the membership if you can. So you can use it to add some nice text here. So use the color present on the screen. You can just copy it, and the next step is to duplicate this slide because the first slide is ready, and we have to create those content components. Then once it is placed or created, then we will just duplicate them, use them to add our content, and then we will paste them throughout all the slides. So that is the idea. So insert this rounded rectangle and you can use this yellow marker to reduce its roundedness and place it at the center. You can enable the guides from the view section at the top bar, and then you can move these guides to place the components. So these guides are really helpful. So now let's fill the color here, and it will be a gradient color. So we are using a radial gradient here. So this is the first radial gradient, the preset that is built in. So let's experiment with the colors here, and let's see if the color scheme is looking good here. So we have to try here different things, or you can use colors.com to create some nice color schemes. So here you can see we have created a beautiful gradient color, and then just duplicate this shape and then insert a triangle or this kind of shape, because we want to create an intersection between the shapes. The idea here is to create a nice glossy effect. So that's how you can use the merge shapes option to intersect the shapes and then place it on the rectangle, the rounded rectangle that we have created. Now we have to make it little curvy. For that you have to edit the points here to generate this curve, and now fill white color, and you have to increase the transparency, but I would suggest it would be great if you can try gradient fill. Align it to the right and then top, it will be placed perfectly. So let's go for the gradient fill here. On both the gradient stops we will fill white color, and on the second stop we will increase the transparency, but before that make sure it is linear gradient from top to bottom, and then increase the transparency on the second gradient stop. And you can see a nice effect, and it has more depth now and looks much more realistic. Now again duplicate this shape because we need one more such glossy shape here, and let's use triangle this time and place it like this, and remove its outline. Go to edit points and then move this white node to create a curve here, and then place it like this. Select both these shapes and go to intersect under merge shapes. Let's do it again, and now you have this cutout here, and we will again fill gradient white color on this shape, but before that you have to align it perfectly with the rectangle. Remove its outline, and we have filled gradient color, and you will get something like this. So it is coming out really nice, and we have to just further fine tune it to make sure it looks good. You can adjust the transparency levels and move the gradient stops to make it look much better. Now the next step is we have to fill this content module with information, and it depends upon the type of information you have. So it could be in the form of facts, some steps, numbers, or a mixture of images and some bullet points. So you have to be creative here and think of different styles how you can present the information. So this is your canvas. You have to paint a picture here, and I have inserted this small rounded rectangle which is an image placeholder here. So it's pretty easy. You just have to insert it and then remove its outline. You can move that yellow marker to reduce its roundedness. Now again go to the insert shapes option and insert this rounded rectangle. So this is just for the aesthetic purpose. Make sure its width is very small and height is even much smaller, and this is just a small design element to support the text, like it's an highlighter, or you can say it's a pointer basically to get user attention towards the text. And once it is placed, insert this text box here, and you can write the heading here and just change its font style, its color, play with the character spacing. So see what looks good here, and I have kept it in the all caps format. So align it with the top element, the blue colored shape. So once it is aligned, we have to add more components, text based components on this module. So I have added some dummy text here which you can use to add the custom text. You can also use bullet points here. So you have to decide the placement here. So both these heading and the description are aligned. Now again insert a text box, and I have also created a placeholder for the numbers. If you want to highlight some achievement number, some percentage, so you can also do that. So you can place it above the image here. Slightly reduce the size of this image placeholder. Now again insert a text box, because we want to highlight what is this percentage number all about. So for example, it indicates the growth, like 75% growth here. So now you can see it is looking much more beautiful. Also we can add some nice call to action, like for example you can link this module with some detailed information present on the further slides. You can easily do that. Once you will click on it, it will land you on that respective slide or some URL you want to add. So it is also possible. So I have increased the character spacing, changed the font to Releve. So follow a consistent font scheme as well. Text styling is also very important. I have always mentioned in my videos that along with design, text styling is also important, and some efforts should be directed towards fonts as well. So yeah, this module is almost ready, and just duplicate it and add some tags here, because we will use multiple modules. So you can always add tags like some keywords related to this information to help users easily understand it if they don't want to read this complete description. but the tags should be very small in height and width. So you can place it below the title, and there can be 2 tags or even 3 as well. So you can add up to like 3 or 4 tags here. I'm just placing 2. So just move them down a bit, and yeah, now it looks complete, but we have to add some image in the placeholder. So I'll just pick some random stock image from the Office 365, and in this PowerPoint version you will get this option where you can add these images from this very nice inbuilt option. So you can see your module is ready, and we will insert another text box here and mention the number and the title. Now we want to rotate it, so we have added the title here and we will place it like this. You can increase the character spacing and place it here, and you can change the font color to the color present on the screen. And you have to align it. Now again insert a text box. We want to add number here, like this is the first content module, and increase the font size. But before that, change the font color to match the theme. Now increase the font size, and you can place it here. So make sure these items are evenly distributed and there is proper breathing space between the elements. Otherwise the slide will look more congested. So you can see this is taking some nice shape, and then you can draw this kind of line using the custom shape option. So you just have to move your mouse by holding shift and it will create these straight lines. It's pretty easy. I think we can keep it open like this and it will look good. Just check the color and the width of this line. It should match the color scheme. Then set it to back. So you can see the first module is complete after some final adjustments, and now you have to just make some copies of it so that we can create this complete set of modules. So it depends upon the number of slides you want to add. So in this template I have created 5 modules. You can even keep 10 or even 15, but the more modules you will create, it will make the presentation more heavy. So I would suggest keep it around 5 to 10. And now you can duplicate all these modules and place them in a row. Again duplicate, and this is the 4th module, and keep on adding the modules. Now you have to select all these modules and align them perfectly, and then distribute them. Now you have to change their title, numbering, and images. So that's the effort you have to do, but everything is in place. You just have to change it, so it's not that difficult. If you will see this animation, you will think that this is very difficult to create, but you can see it's pretty easy. Of course it is time consuming, but the result is really beautiful and worth it. You can also use pexels.com to download free images, but now Microsoft has enabled this option in the PowerPoint itself, so I'm using the stock images from here. So let's use some nice images here. So I have changed almost all the images. So these steps are repetitive. You can skip this part. You can skip this part and move further. So once images are done, you have to change the titles as well. We have changed the numbers. Now we have to change the titles. So I'm just placing some random titles here, but you can customize as per the requirements you have. So the main part of the presentation is done. Now you just have to animate it. And morph transition is something which will do it automatically for you. You don't have to animate it. You just have to place these modules and the animation will automatically happen. So now I have changed all these titles. So you have to change the titles at two places, one on the content module and then on the left. So on this slide, all the modules are ready. Group them together by pressing Ctrl+G. Now duplicate them on the second slide as well. And just note the vertical position, because on all the slides we have to place it at the same vertical position. Now select this information and place it on the other slides. And you can see we have placed the main heading and this grouped module on the first slide as well. And now on the next slide, you just keep on moving this grouped module towards the left and make sure the vertical position is same on all these slides. Again duplicate, then move it by one module and check the vertical position. Now again duplicate. So keep on repeating the steps until all these modules move to the left. And then you can check the vertical position again. Now again duplicate. So this would be our last slide, and then we can add a thank you slide. Check the vertical position again. Now let's see the animation if it is working perfectly, and you can see all the modules are moving towards the left. And for that to happen, you have to select all the slides, go to transition tab on the top and select morph. So on the last slide, you have to move them to the extreme left and only showcase the half portion of the last module, and move to the first slide, copy the information because we want to reuse the components, and then paste here, and then you can add some ending notes here like thank you or something, or contact information, whatever you want to add. So I will add just thanks for watching. I am sure you have already subscribed. If you haven't, hit that red button, also hit the like button and join membership as well, so that will really support us. Now we have to place this thanks for watching thing on the previous slide as well, because then only it will animate and move in on the next slide. So this is its starting position on the previous slide, and let's move the subheading further away, and what will happen is on the last slide it will navigate. So you can see it's working perfectly. Now reduce the image size here. You can compress the image size so that the presentation size is under control, because these images are of very high quality and we are using very small images, so we don't need such high quality images. We can compress them to reduce the size. Now you have to ungroup all the items throughout the slides, which is very important. So on every slide I have ungrouped these content modules. So I hope you have really enjoyed this, learned it. You need some patience, because then only you would be able to learn. Also, you can download this free template from the G Drive link, and you can subscribe to our channel. You can subscribe to our Insta page, Facebook, Twitter. So I'm just doing some final adjustments here. You can move these items further away, so that will increase their distance when they will animate, so the final effect will look really nice. So this design is almost complete, and here is the final output. So take a look at it. It is looking really beautiful. Just download it, learn, watch this video and try it. So please subscribe to our channel, join the membership, and we will see you guys in our next video. Till then, bye bye and see ya.